Who is God and what is he like? We all have a picture of God in our minds. I'm sure you do too. But oftentimes this picture can become distorted, clouded by our own misconceptions or the influence of the world around us. The enemy tries to distort the picture that we have of God, leading us astray from the truth. So let's take some time to explore some of these distorted images and their pitfalls so that we may discover the truest picture of God and what he truly is like. One distorted picture that we may have of God is that he is a rule enforcer. In this view, God's priority for our life is whether or not we are keeping his rules. In this view, we believe that by carefully following all of God's laws and commandments, we can win his favor and his blessings. But this approach subtly deceives us into thinking that we can control God. It burdens us with guilt when we make mistakes, fear, and empty religiosity, and it fails to deliver us from our deepest fears or even reconnect us with God's heart. Another distorted picture that we may have of God is that he is distant. We may acknowledge his existence, perceive him to be real, but that he's uninvolved and disconnected in all aspects of our life. We rely on our own strength, implementing our own principles and pursuing our own truths, yet despite our attempts to control our lives, fears and anxieties still persist, leaving us longing for something more, something real. Then there's a picture of God that he is a genie. We treat him as a wish-granting entity, a cosmic therapist, or a butler that serves our desires. And while it's true that God does invite us to bring our requests before him, reducing our relationship with him to some consumeristic transaction misses the depths of his love and purpose for our life and who he truly is. Lastly, there's a distorted picture of God that he is a demanding boss or teacher. We find our value in what we achieve and accomplish for him, rather than resting in his unconditional love for us. This performance-based mentality shifts the focus away from God's grace and places it on our own striving. In the midst of these distorted images, there is hope. Jesus Christ. God in the flesh came to reveal the truest picture of who he is in Jesus. In Luke 15, Jesus shares a powerful parable that beautifully portrays God's heart for you and for me. Jesus tells the story of a loving father and his two sons. One son rebels against his father and squanders his inheritance, while the other remains with his father. When the prodigal son hits rock bottom, he returns home expecting judgment and punishment. Yet what does he find? The father, filled with compassion, runs to embrace him and showers him with love and forgiveness. This parable reveals that God is not a distant God, that he is not a demanding ruler, nor is he a genie that grants our every wish. Yet he is a loving father who longs to reconcile with his lost children, to heal their brokenness and to restore their lives. This truest picture of God shows us that we don't need to strive for his love or perform for his acceptance. His love is freely given through Jesus, and we can experience a deep and intimate relationship with him. As followers of Jesus, we can cast aside the distorted pictures we may have and embrace the truest picture of God revealed in Jesus Christ. In him, we find forgiveness, love, and a purpose beyond our wildest dreams. May you encounter the transforming power of God's love, and may the picture of him be forever changed that you have of him in your mind. Thank you for joining us today. If you'd like to explore this topic, check out the description for some further reading and discussion questions so that you can dig deeper. If you have any questions or would like to explore more about this idea of the picture of God that you may have, we invite you to visit Kellyville.Church or reach out to us. And always remember to live, love, and serve like Jesus.